Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem, Rakakwadash. The honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, Behold your new covenant. Lord will, you are edified. Bald head and a marred beard. He's not keeping the laws, statutes, and the commandments to the best of his ability. But he's in the new covenant. Now remember, the agreement is that the laws, statutes, and the commandments will be implanted within us, meaning what? Programmed in our minds. I got this nigga mad, yo.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to say, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. First and foremost, giving our glory and honor to the Almighty Yahweh. Secondly, to his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, our shepherd who we wait upon, our master, our deliverer, as well as to the precious Holy Spirit that gives us all knowledge, wisdom, and truth. I also like to give double honors to the elect elders of Israel, as well as the servants and the apostles that are pushing this 144% truth with all sincerity and diligence, as well as I would like to give salutations to the confusion of faith that's scattered across the eve, all right, on the scriptures, all right, on the Holy Bible, all right, that believe in the new covenant wholeheartedly, all right, with no doubt, all right, to you brothers and sisters that fear the Lord and are rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. I would like to say shalom. All right, coming back at you with another lesson through the power of Spirit of Yahweh by Shimi Al Shah. All right, the title of this lesson is this is a response to Og Judah, the Mississippi camp in Jackson, and to that dumbass boy out there in Las Vegas, crack rock that mouse, that damn crack rock ass mouse. All right, that called himself the head of GMS Las Vegas. All right, who is a devil.
He's in the new covenant. However, he's aging. Let's go to a precept. Second Ezra, chapter 2 and 42. I, Ezra, saw on the Mount Zion a great people, Israelites, whom I could not number, the elect, and they all praised the Lord with songs in the Hebrew. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, Yahushua, taller than all the rest, Yahushua. And on every one of their heads he set crowns, 144,000, and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. Why so? Let's go to Isaiah 9 and 5, Salakia, verse 6. Now, the initial precept stated what? Yahushua was young, of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and he set crowns on their heads, and he was more exalted. Why so? Going into Isaiah 9 and 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be on his shoulder. It's his kingdom. And his name shall be called Wonderful, which is another title for Yahushua. Counselor, which is another title for Yahushua. The Mighty Power, which is another title for Yahushua. The Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. All of these are titles for Yahushua. But again, it's his kingdom. And by default, Lord will, going into Romans 8 and 16, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the sons of the Most High. And if sons, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Mashiach. Case in point. And on every one of their heads he set crowns. Going into what? Being joint heirs with Yahushua Abaratazah. If so be that we suffer, meaning allow, also carrying our cross, drinking out of that cup, just like Yahushua, staying active until Yahushua tells us it's time to become inactive. Okay? If so be that we suffer with him, that we may also, so like it, that we may be also glorified together, such as. And on every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Okay? Verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? 45. He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, okay, this fleshly body, and put on the immortal extraterrestrial body, and have confessed the name of the Most High, just like we're doing now, beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone. Now are they crowned and receive palms. So, again, if he's in the new covenant, why is he looking just like this? And according to 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and 43, Yahushua had a youthful look to him. I repeat, he had a youthful look to him. So, in the kingdom of heaven, okay, beginning with the 144,000, trickling down to the elect and all of Israel, none of us, Abaratazah, and this I can ensure, will never age in the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because of the new covenant. So if Yahushua is looking youthful, okay, we will look youthful.
All right, and these are the same niggas that murdered our Lord. All right, they coming out the woodwork. All right, because what they vehemently come up against the new covenant.
Now, let's understand something. Romans 6 and 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace. That's why we state, okay, we state, beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone, that we are between the old and new covenant. Romans 6 and 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace. So with that being said, let's go to Hebrews, the 8th chapter. And verse 12. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. Verse 13. In that he said, a new covenant, a new agreement, he has made the first old. Going into what? The old covenant, right? And when I read,
For if that first covenant had been faultless,
Salakia,
then should no plague.
Salakia, Salakia. As soon as I said the old covenant, my computer light went out. So the Most High is dealing. So again, let me read that again. Hebrews 8 and 12. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. Verse 13. And that he said a new covenant. He has made the first old, going into what? The old covenant. Okay. Now that which decays and wax old is ready to vanish away. And once Yahushua returns, okay, the old covenant, okay, will be completely done away with, period. Again, now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. So again, we are between the old and new covenant. Going back into Romans chapter 6. In verse 14, for sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace. And if this nigga is in the new covenant, why is he looking like this? This is a fucking raw deal, son. Okay? And according to the book of Ezra, right? Let's go back. Second Ezra 2 and 43. There was a young man of a high stature. Okay, let's read that again. There was a young man of a high stature. So if he's in the new covenant, where's Yahushua? Where was that ceremony? And why is he looking like this? Like a beat up fucking turtle, man. Look at this shit. And I'm just stating the obvious, okay, because we all are aging. But this idiot completely thinks that he is in the new covenant when the law, statutes, and the commandments are not implanted in him. He still has that stony heart. And that's the reason why he has that big ass bald head and he's lining up his fucking beard. But he's in the new covenant.
All right, I got a scripture I want to read here in the book of I'm gonna start with this and see the Lord.
Oh, another precept too. Going into Yahushua looking youthful, right? Psalm 17 and verse 15. As for me, I will behold your face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with your likeness. How so? You know where we going. Again, let's go back to Malachi chapter 4 and verse 2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness, which is another title for Yahushua, arise with healing, 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 healing in his wings. And you shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. So Yahushua is bringing us bodies. Okay, extraterrestrial bodies, just like he has. And we will never die. We would never get old. We would never sneeze. We would never cough. We would never go bald. All our teeth will be perfect in alignment because of this new covenant, which is a better agreement because the laws, statutes, and the commandments will be implanted in us. And in the kingdom of heaven, at all times, righteous thoughts will always enter into our minds. Just like at this time frame, wicked thoughts enter into our minds. Well, in the kingdom, it's the other way around, right side up. Like you niggas have no business teaching. And then you talk about how much work you do, and through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. I do a video every single day, nigga. Every day via the spirit. So go on with that shit.
About to get ready to start executing judgment on these niggas.
Yeah. Yeah, and you first. All right. Your ass was just laying up in the ER. Okay. You had to go to the ER, and then from the ER they took you into a fucking room.
All right, mark my word. I'm going to start here in the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 5. It says, a prayer out of a poor man's mouth.
And in the new covenant, we're not paying no bills, right? Right now, we are still what? Subject to payments. Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, but we're in the new covenant fully. The new covenant is being exercised right now. When you got a nigga that's still balding his head and cutting up his beard, lining up his beard, where you have scattered us for a reproach, which means a shame and a curse, and to be subject to payments. You better pay that hospital bill. You better pay that hospital bill, which is another indicator, okay, that we are not in the new covenant. We're not paying no bills. We won't be subject to payments in the kingdom. Like this shit via the spirit is easy. According to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. And at this time frame, Yahweh the Big Mac, you are still departing from the Most High because you bald your head and you line up your beard. Look at that shit.
Reach unto the ears of Yahweh, and his judgment comes speedily. All right. So a prayer out of a poor man's mouth, all right, reachable to the clouds. And let me grab some of this. I want to grab this too. I just been sitting on my spirit. 1 Samuel chapter 17 and what David told to Goliath. I think it's somewhere around the 35th verse. But this day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand, and I will all the earth may know that every idle word, all right, is not every idle word was going to be brought into judgment. All right, and I'm praying to the Lord to expediently execute judgment on those that speak against his covenant.
Bro, the Most High's not dealing with you. You can put up all the fucking curses you want to, nigga. I heard the same shit from a war. Salakia. Jacob. No enchant. Numbers 23 and 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination or divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what has the Most High wrought? The point is, there is no enchantment against Jacob, because at the end of the day, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is the one that curse and bless. Okay? And we are on the right hand of Yahweh Shai. And your enchantments are not going to do nothing. Now, this information came from Balaam, okay? And he was informing Balak, okay, the king of Moab, that it was nothing that you can do to the nation of Israel. You cannot curse them. You cannot curse us because we are blessed, right? However, and at this time frame, the Most High is only dealing with the elect of Israel, beginning with the 144, trickling down to the rest of the elect. Galatians 6 and 16, and as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy and on the Israel of the Most High. We are the Israel of the Most High, beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone. You tried to come in, but you went some other way, and the Most High is not dealing with you.
I'm asking the Lord in the name of Yahweh Shimei Shai to strike that nigga down. Ak Judah, strike him with.
I can assure you, you will go before me. I'm going to say that again. I can assure you, you will go before me.
Sickness or strike him with lightning. All right, make it. I'm praying to the Lord that He make an example of one of these GMS members, how not to speak against His covenant.
I'm not speaking yet.
All right, in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai, may He execute that judgment so that they know that Your covenant is real, Lord.
And also with the new covenants, right? When we go back into Hebrews 8 and 11. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest. Okay? This will be fully exercised in the kingdom of heaven, not in the kingdom of Esau. We are still in the dominion or rulership / blessing of Esau.
Just like Elijah prayed to the Lord to rain fire from hell, down from heaven. Was shot. So these men are showing their true colors, right? You supposed to help a brother when he's down. That's what Israel about. Is that
Ah, you not no brother. You not a brother. Let's go to the book of Tobit. Salakia. Yeah, this is it. All praises to Yahweh Shema Shabbat. And this is Tobit 2 and 1. Now, when I was come home again, and my wife Anna was restored unto me with my son Tobias in the feast of Pentecost, which is the holy feast of the 7 weeks, there was a good dinner prepared me, and the which I sat down to eat. And when I saw abundance of meat, I said to my son, Go and bring what poor men soever you shall find out of our brethren, who is mindful of the Lord. Not everybody. I repeat, go and bring what poor man soever you shall find out of our brethren, who is mindful of the Lord. And lo, I tarry for you. So he was instructed to go get men that believe in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And if we apply that to our present moment, okay, we would go by doctrine. You believe that you are fully in the new covenant. We believe in the new covenant, but we're saying at this time frame, we are between what? The old and the new, and therefore we are under the law of grace. So therefore we're not brethren. Amos 3 and 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Also doctrine. So we are not brethren. I will be good in the kingdom. You may come back as my son, boy.
So these men are showing their true colors, right? You're supposed to help a brother when he's down. That's what Israel about. Is that showing brotherly love? So man, I done got cut right here. All right, I done go try to kick a brother while he see down from heaven, and the prophets of Baal. That's who you niggas is. All right, what type of nigga? What type of nigga that's an Israelite go try to kick a brother while he down?
Hey, you wicked ass niggas, man. That's the best time to kick y'all, man. When y'all down. And our baratas are y'all don't get back up. The best time to kick a nigga is when he's down. When he's trying to get up. When he's almost falling. Kick his ass down.
Right? You supposed to help a brother when he's down. That's all right. I done got cut. I got blood leaking out.
Boy got breast implants. But you in the new covenant. Look at your damn body, bro. Look at your body. Look at you. But you in the new covenant. I'll be goddamn. Whatever, yo. Let's go on and finish this off. There was another key point I wanted to make. Right? Going into now, keep this in mind. Genesis chapter 6 and 18. You know what? I don't want to go too far in the history, so let me just do it like this, right? Genesis 17 and verse 1. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, Yahweh appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the almighty power. Walk before me and be you perfect. Okay? Meaning what? Keeping the law, statutes, and the commandments. His lifestyle. Okay? A righteous lifestyle to the best of his ability. Verse 2. And I will make my covenant between me and you and will multiply you exceedingly. Okay? So this was agreed upon between Yahweh and Abram, and therefore Abram changed his name to Abraham, right? So it went from Abram meaning exalted father to Abraham, a father of many, right? Keep that in mind. So when we continue going into the covenant, let's go to the book of Exodus. Let's go to Exodus 19 and 5, right? So now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine, right? Remember that. Let's jump back to Exodus 6 and 5. And I have also heard the groaning of the sons of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Keep that in mind. So when we jump down to Exodus chapter 24 and verse 7. Let's start at verse 1. Exodus 24 and 1. And he said unto Moses, Come up unto Yahweh, you and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship you afar off. And Moses alone shall come near Yahweh, but they shall not come near, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahweh and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which Yahweh has said we will do. Okay. And Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the sons of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen with Yahweh. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. Verse 7. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people, and they said, all that Yahweh has said, we will do and be obedient. So again, okay, the new covenant was exercised when? Before, well, these are your multiple choices. Was it A, before the deliverance of Egypt? Was it B, during the deliverance of Egypt? Or was it C, after the deliverance of Egypt? It was C, after the deliverance of Egypt. So again, the old covenant, right, was fully exercised after the deliverance of Egypt. So let's go to Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. Salak, you know what? It may be. Salak. It's Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. Let's read this in the NLT. History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new. This is the point. If the old covenant was fully exercised after the deliverance, by default, the new covenant will fully be exercised after the deliverance. Case in point, let's go to Malachi 3 and 6. For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. So if the old covenant was fully exercised after the deliverance, then the new covenant will be fully exercised after the deliverance. James 1 and 17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and come down from the Father of lights, which is another title for Yahweh, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning, meaning what? He stays the same. He's consistent. Okay, so if he did something in old time, he's going to do something in new time the same way. Maybe in a different, maybe a little twist. Like, for example, the first world, right, was destroyed by what? Water. Okay, hence the first death. And this world will be destroyed by what? Fire. Okay, so both worlds are being destroyed by Yahweh, but instead of using water, he's using fire. And again, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. And if the old covenant was fully exercised after the deliverance, then the new covenant will be fully exercised after the deliverance. The boy said 5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled. Look at this nigga, bro. But you're in the new covenant. Yo, big ass. Lord will, this was an edifying lesson. My last one, man. I'm done with you, bro. Hey, shalom.